Welcome to the worst idea that I've ever had. This is Project Zomboid. If you haven't heard of it, it is survival horror at its finest. But in this video, I gave Twitch chat the wheel, and they drove us headfirst into a flaming, quiet hellscape. Here's the deal. My Twitch viewers could redeem points to sabotage me live while we were playing. That means every scream, damn it, every random task. Gotta get it with her. Everybody, gotta hit it. Here we go. Gotta hit it. One. Gotta hit it. Let's go. Every dropped item and every emotional breakdown that we had was lovingly handcrafted by you, the audience. So, thanks guys. You chose my traits, my starting location, my appearance, even my name. You made me deaf, terrified of blood, and dropped me into an unfamiliar hellscape with zero knowledge of the surrounding areas. I lasted about 30 seconds before I screamed, "You say oh!" panicked, and then almost died. But I fought back, and I found a house, and I built a base, and I even kidnapped a raccoon. Kill the animal. I also started collecting rubber ducks to try and please chat, which somehow made them even more bloodthirsty. This is the story of how I tried to survive a zombie apocalypse, while my chat tried to murder me in as comedic of a way as possible. This is the following days of Twitch chat tries to survive the apocalypse. So yeah, we kicked things off with chat picking my traits, and let me tell you, they were not kind. They started me off with fear of blood, and then the second they saw death, that was picked promptly as well. But we got some good traits, like sower or artisan. Can use your skibbity tokens to force me to do a variety of tasks. A list that is going to be growing, I imagine. I threw a couple of tests in there to also throw a wrench into the mix. You guys will be choosing my start. So we'll be doing that as well. And if you know nothing about this game, that's even better. That's even better. We're going to have the chat choose what we do for the start. So, all good? Everybody good? Everybody got it? Everybody heard? Everybody listening? Everybody understand? Are we all on the same page? All car skills? I mean, could do that for sure. Could do that for sure. Decision, y'all. Where are we starting? You should see it right up there. Right up there. Top left, we got Moldra. We got Echo Creek. We got Riverside. We got Rosewood. And we have West Point. So they did end up picking West Point, which I was a little concerned about, mainly because I've never started in West Point before. I usually start in Rosewood, Riverside, but West Point was a new experience, so you can imagine never going there, how daunting that might have been. Some custom settings, we'll go over it in more depth. I'll tell you if you have questions what it means. We're going to be doing 4-hour days just to make the days a little bit longer. Saliva only. You got to get bit to get transferred. What does that mean? It means that the days in game are 4 hours in real time. Respawn, that's fine. Whatever, normal settings there. I really just want saliva for the transfer and 4-hour days. That's basically what we're going to be doing. So that is the only changes we're going to make. Oh, and multi-hit because I'm a bitch. Here's where it gets a little spicy. I do want the saliva. Absolutely, Dottie. 100%. Here's where it gets a little fun. We're going to hit random, and that's just what we're going to get. Unless you guys want to pick my occupation, and then we'll randomize the traits. So I'll scroll slowly. You'll see all of the occupations, and you just pick whichever one screams out to you. But a crop farmer is funny. I mean, you're not wrong. Burger flipper, alright, burger flipper it is. So we got 2 points to spend. Drug dealer, I don't think we can do that one. I don't think we can do that one. Now, we get a couple of traits. We get keen cook, which means we know some cooking recipes, so that's fun. And then we got 2 points to spend. Now, we're gonna get some bad points here real quick. Like, our guy here, he's gonna be a pretty slow reader. He's really bad at reading, you know? We're also gonna give him out of shape, because we can get best shape. So here is where the deaf started. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I didn't want to do deaf. However, it was very funny that everyone just sort of jumped onto the bandwagon. So I'm going to say for the content, we're picking deaf. We got 12 points to spend. Thin-skinned? we need the green ones, Dottie. The green ones. The green ones. Look, these ones up here. We need the green. The red ones are cooler. We need the green ones, my friend. The green ones. Fine. We'll take Fear of Blood. What is artisan? We can make pottery. We can make pottery. Artisan. Alright, we got artisan. Toss that in the cart. And just a little bit of that. Still got 13 points. We'll scroll down a little bit to like the bigger ones down here. You guys can pick some of the more expensive ones. What is sewer? It gives you +1 tailoring. That's all it does. You get +1 to your tailoring skill. That could be alright, we got sewer. Lie. Alright. We have 1 point. We're not gonna take speed demon. Or we have 1 point. Do we take speed demon? It makes it so that we can never drive slow. We have to be at full crank all the time if we get in a car. Alright. Alright, fantastic. We're gonna go ahead and save that. Go ahead and save that burger flipper. So, yeah, we ended up with deaf, out of shape, fear of blood, and slow reader. And not a whole lot to make up for it. So, this is a pretty weak character. And honestly, I wasn't expecting anything different. Into character creation, we ended up just randomizing some stuff. And we ended up with, I believe, Miss Suggs here. Now, Miss Suggs, you know, she was a burger flipper. She worked at a local restaurant, flipping burgers, serving tables, and she did her best. You know, she was a local hero, you know, working around with deafness and not being able to hear. I mean, being disabled in the workplace. You gotta give it up to Suggs. I mean, she put in the time, she put in the effort, and now Knoxville County has just fallen. It has fallen from grace into a zombified hellscape that she cannot hear. Now, day one started off pretty normal. We started looting our starter house, messing around with the audio settings because deafness, I don't know if you can understand, you can't hear anything. So, jump scares were going to be very strong, and we almost got a hug. You say, oh! Oh, shit. I'm not hearing any sound. Oh, wait, we're deaf! That's why I'm not hearing anything. I'm so stupid. Yes, it's because I'm deaf. Oh my god, I totally forgot we're deaf. So, yeah, I completely forgot that we had chosen deaf by the point we started looting stuff. I, you know what? We went and looted the next house. Being deaf was rough. I mean, honestly, dude. Like, they should have put that in the pamphlet. I feel lied to. Right after looting our starting house, I decided to go to the other houses in the neighborhood. Started off by just aggroing some zombies down the street away from this two-story house, and then making my way through the back. It worked until we had basically a conga line form filling into the kitchen. I honestly don't know how I survived this. This zombie is going to follow us inside. That is fine. Bun is down there. That's right. That's why you haven't heard from Bun. Bun is down in the basement still. Come on in. Come on in. How you doing? Bap. Come on in. Come on in. Bap. Alright, they got the key. Come on in! Bap! Alright. People need sexier basements. Is that right? And there wasn't really anything in this house. The basement turned out to just be a small little, like, computer lab. I mean, we found, like, a screwdriver down there, but that was really it. We did find a whole mess of fishing equipment, so that's good. But you'll find out sooner rather than later why that really didn't matter. Long story short, this run ends fairly quickly on day 3. So I just wanted to show you guys the deaf playthrough, because this was a lot of fun. But just know that this run does end in this video. After we finished this house, we actually ran into our first problem. We tried to check this truck over here for, you know, workability. That didn't work out. We got a little knife, so we ended up just killing some zombies, and I moved on to the next house. And I got very quickly overwhelmed. You'll see here in a moment. And then a little bit later, after looting some houses, somebody redeemed a exercise, so we had to go and find a safe spot for a moment. Squats! Here we go, 10 minutes of squats, everybody! And now we're gonna see exactly how death will almost and most certainly get you killed. We were looting around. We had found a bag at this point, and we were just going house to house, and we found a barricaded home, which generally means that there's at least a good chance that there's going to be some loot. However, if you notice, the front door is getting banged on. I couldn't hear it, so when I go to open this door, you'll see what happens. Survive. Oh! Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Now, one of your guys' favorite redemptions was Scream. Scream basically makes me hit Q and scream, essentially. Now, you didn't see it pop up on the screen. However, in a little bit, I will have created that action and that alert, and you'll see it pop up on screen. But, yeah, no, we just have to give up our position and run away. What, where? Can we run your poll? What kind of poll do you want to run? Oh, shit. That's now, remember that little mini horde for later, because I actually run into them again here. Combining the exercise fatigue from earlier plus the constant screaming, we actually almost die here. Quite a couple of times when we're going over to this house to loot this little shed. I just have to be very careful here. Oh no. Oh no, the squats from earlier. I'm getting... I'm getting... Scream, I got you. Oh. I'm getting muscle strain from the squats earlier. You know, I just realized that those don't have any sort of pop-up on screen, do they? For like the scream or anything like that. Definitely should fix that. Fucking damn it. Now, I don't know what possessed me to go and try to loot this little preschool. But we almost died here for just absolutely nothing. And that just goes to show you that even people with, you know, hundreds of hours in this game are going to make a stupid mistake. That's what I love most about this game, is that you're gonna die at some point in time, and it's usually not your fault. Well, it is your fault for making the mistake, but everybody's human, right? We might have a bit of a problem here. I'm not gonna lie. I think we loop through. Why are you not able to get through this window? Go through the window. Thank you. Now, in between looting this little sort of shopping area, we had a visitor stop by. So, you get to say hi. Okay. Hello! Hello! Hello, Bob. Sweet girl. Yes. Hello there. Now, we went a little bit out of town and we found a small house on a farm, and we took that opportunity to go ahead and just start reading some of the books that we had been collecting. Calm down, lady, please. We're trying to survive here. Oh, she's miserable. While looting for some food, we almost died to death again. Oh, shit. Where did you come from? How did two of you get in here? And to end day one, we found a nice couch. We placed our ducks all in a row. And we read some books and went to bed about 8 o'clock. Woke up around 6 on day 2. I know she can't hear it, but maybe if the volume's on, it'll register that she's watching the TV.
Cool bug factors. One day you will have to answer for your actions. And God may not be so merciful.
Ah, cool bug facts. So, all in all, day 1 was fairly normal. I mean, we looted the surrounding areas, found a small little home, and managed to get some sleep. Day 2 is when we attempted to secure a bit of a base. So, kicking off with day 2. On the day start of day 2, we attempted to get into this barricaded house. However, it proved to be a little too difficult. We then got into a tangent about Friday the 13th and that game, and we ended up just forgetting basically about this house and going to the north to a 2-story house. Yet again, death almost gets us killed here. I couldn't hear that there were so many zombies inside this house. So when we ended up getting in, well, you'll see. She was attacking for a second. That was weird. Oh, shit. Getting the hell out of there. So, after getting lost up in the north along the shore, we decided to go ahead and take a look at what we had discovered so far and try and map out our next destination. Now, somebody in chat actually did point out that there is a massive gun store near West Point. So, we had decided that that was going to be our next big stop, and after going over to a little church to the west. Actually, you know what? Let's go in the building and rest up. I think we distracted all of those zombies, and if that is the case, he's on the south side of the town. I want to say you're correct. Like I said, it's so long since I did anything in the fight. Right. Just try and give ourselves a fighting shot here. Water close real quick. Try and watch yourself. I want to see what's community buildings up here. It's just right there. Nice water. I'm perfect. I'm just yeah, sure. I am a basic bitch. I do love me some rosewood, you know, just because of how accessible rosewood is. But I think the idea is to branch out. Just do the same thing over and over again. Very boring. Rosewood is fine. Is my church? Yep. Got cemetery over here. I'm straight from that way down to the oh my god. You gotta calm down. Relax, bud. Take a chill. I've felt it. They should beef up churches. Realistically, they would be a place where I was go to shelter from a disaster. Should have like tents and sleeping bags. Yeah, that's true. I feel like they could do the same thing with like schools and stuff, you know? Have it be like almost a survivor zone for sure. So after creating a small base of operations, we had decided it was time to go after the school, and it could have gone so bad, and you'll find out why here in a minute. I do not recommend, if you are new to this game, going after large POIs, especially if you are dealing with things like out of shape or any injuries whatsoever. It is just asking for your run to end early. Now, you're about to find out why Build 42 is one of my most anticipated builds for this game ever. And that is going to be the lighting. This is going to make big structures like the school or big bases or just basically anything like a warehouse just be absolute nightmare zones at night. Or even in the broad daylight. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you could barely see down the hallway. And I gotta say, it is one of my favorite additions in Build 42. If you haven't played with it yet, it is so cool. God, like, look at this hallway. This is what I mean when I say I love the lighting. You can't see anything down there. And because I'm deaf, I don't know that there's something down there. So, flashlight is going to be the most important thing in this run. It is literally going to be the difference between life and death. Especially when the power goes out. Oh my god. I can't even imagine. What do you think about Build 42? I'm enjoying it, man. I am really enjoying it so far. It's my first time giving it like an actual run through, so I am very much enjoying it. How about you, my friend? Now, the school itself was pretty uneventful. We did manage to find quite a bit of books. It wasn't like everything. We found a good amount though, so we decided to go ahead and start taking those back to base. Now, after leaving the school, we actually found a 2-story barricaded house, which did become our base for the basically the rest of this run. Like I said, this run does end on day 3, but we decided to go ahead and barricade off the entire ground floor and then make the top floor basically our base. And the rest of day 2 was basically spent securing the base. We found something to barricade upstairs and basically moved all the furniture up and built a sheet rope access. So day 2 was the start of something new, and then, well, you've seen the title of this. Yo, big dude! Peanut butter! In the pocket! Let's go! So day 3 started, we decorated our base a little bit, and then we went and finished looting around the neighborhood that we were now set up in. And we found a truck, so we are now mobile, which means we can go hit the gun store. Lockpick with crowbar. Or do we pry it open? Good, good. Let's shower. Hey, do your thing. Do your thing. That is actually fucking massive. We very quickly found a raccoon on our travels back to the base. It was unanimously decided that this raccoon was coming with us. Oh, no, no. Hi, hi, hi. Wait. 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 Come here. Pet. 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 Petted it. Will you come with us? So I'm going to let this play out. We were basically sitting here discussing where we should do our big base going forward, which is funny looking back on it because we didn't know that this run was going to end at basically 11 o'clock on day 3. Essentially, what we're doing is we're going to go over to the gun store and hit Twiggy's as well. Basically, as you can see from the title of the video, this is where the run ends, but we were doing such long-term goals here that looking back, I really had high hopes for this. I think we need to go to Twiggy's because we need some booze, because we need to get our anxiety under fucking control. So I think that's the next plan. We take our car, we go across the city over to Twiggy's, and we just sort of see, you know? Just see what happens. I think that's the plan. Drop some more crap off. It's kind of secluded, but zombies do be wandering. They do. They do. You can... So, setting up in a secluded place is both good and bad. Obviously. It's secluded, so you're generally safe from zombies and roaming things. However, a car is kind of required for everything when you are secluded. And later, when cars become difficult to maintain, you could see why that becomes an issue. So it's usually better in the long term to set up in a manner that doesn't require you to go very far to loot and stay available. But if you set up secluded and you set up in a way that allows you to sort of self-sustain with like food and stuff, you kind of just camp out and be fine. Check the radio. We have the unknown frequency, but of course it's a fucking radio, so it's not like we're going to be able to hear what's on it. Alright, so there's the school. Go down to Twiggy's and take a look and see if we can get some booze. Holy lag, Batman. Are there world events or goals, or do you just camp as long as you can? There are world events. Mainly consisting of the big one, which is the helicopter event. But guess what? We're deaf, so I won't know when the helicopter's coming. Basically, what the helicopter is a military helicopter that flies over your position and attracts a shit ton of zombies. The main way you combat that is to get a radio tuned to the emergency broadcast and then go and hide somewhere away from your base. But the problem is, even if I were to get a radio, we're not going to be able to hear when or where it's coming from because we're deaf. So befriend a zombie. We could befriend a zombie. But no, Dottie, there's not really there's no like story events or goals. It is just sort of survive. You make your own goals as you can. That's why most people enjoy the early game Zomboid stuff much more than they do endgame. Because you're just sort of have stuff to do, you know? Really screwed you over. It's not, you didn't screw me over. Just a challenge. It's a challenge run. And if we can make it with a def run, then we'll see it as a really good good thing. All right, so here we are. We are at the gun store and Twiggy's. We don't really care about the gun store right now because we're not in a position where we stock up on guns heavily. We're gonna leave the look at you with the positive outlook, dude. I gotta. You know, this whole bipolar shit. You gotta keep it positive. That's a dark joke. It's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry. Bam. Bam. Did not park the car right. Bro, it's the apocalypse. Damn it. It's the apocalypse. Anywhere is a parking space. You got me. We are so drive. We must not drive recklessly. You know what? You're right. You're right. You know, if we let our humanity falter that much, are we really much better than the zombies? Alright, we are just gonna pile this stuff in. We're gonna gain alcoholic pretty quickly, but, you know, just how it is. Unfortunately. Ah! Fuck. God damn it. Hey! Yep, here they come. Here they come. Oh boy. Oh boy. Grab the beer, 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 grab the beer. Shit. How was that jump scare level, by the way, for the stream? Because that was very loud for me, but maybe it's not as loud for you. Sawed off. Put that sawed off in my mouth, baby boy. That made my dogs bark. Did I just hear a Steagle? Yeah, you heard a Steagle. It's the new Scream redemption. Because in this game you can scream, basically like attract with noise. So we made it a redemption where you could make me have to reveal my location. Alright. There's so many. There's so many. Come on. So as we listen to my past self's anguish as this run is coming to an end, this is not the end. We did start another run. It was not a deaf playthrough. However, the rules of Twitch and your guys' involvement is still ongoing, and we're about at the same point now at the recording of this video that we were at the end of this run here. So I'm really excited. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you're new. Follow the channel for any live streams that we're doing. Maybe come catch the next one. We're usually live Sundays and Mondays. I try to do it on a regular basis. But yeah, I really hope you guys liked it, and I will catch you guys next time. This is Random Legends signing out. See ya!